Afternoon everyone, hope you're doing well. Ooh, so I've been flattening this slab on the bench and the foreplane's gone blunt, so I'm going to have to sharpen it. You might notice some improvement in the sound. I've got a new microphone. Not too sure of the gain value yet, if it's too loud or too quiet, I don't know, we'll see. So here she is. So it's important to keep them sharp. How did I notice it was going blunt? It was just a bit more effort, and you normally get that lovely high-pitched screaming when it's really sharp. And if it goes dull, the sound goes dull, then you know the blade's going dull, and it's just harder to pull through. You get more tear out. So it's time for a sharpen. So take the lever cap off. And give it a bit of an inspection when you're taking it off, because you can see where the muck and the sawdust and shavings have crept in. Gives you a bit of a clue where it might need tuning. So got a bit of dust gathering on this side of the plate, so that might indicate the frog's a bit out of line. Inside again, there's a bit of build up on this side, so let's have a touch. I can live with that for a bit. This side is overhanging a bit less. I'd just like to have them overhanging just to touch the frog to the base. So, but I'm going to adjust that now. It's very minute, very minute. I just want to get cracking on with the rest of the job. Got a little box tools, got a couple of brushes. Brush out the crap. Or try and do it away from your stones. Dust going everywhere. Clear out the back. There's a big shave in there, look. Give it a good blowout. Quick inspection. That's good to go. Again, the blade itself, it's a good idea to again just pay attention, because there might be some shavings creeping under, so it might show you where the cap iron is a bit of a gap, so we'll just watch out for that. So again, you've just got an old screwdriver cut off. Too far then. Try and keep the nut in. It's amazing the split second you drop anything small on a floor with shavings on, it vanishes just like that. It's camouflaged, and it's near impossible to find anything, so be careful. When you're taking them off, twist it to the right and then lift it off. So again, that looks pretty clean to me. So it shows we got good contact. The cap iron. Yes, definitely blunt. You can run your finger, it's just, there's nothing there anymore. So we'll give it a quick once over. Using the David Charlesworth trick. Let's move you a bit closer. I'm going to lose the top of my head, but never mind. Loose. There you go. Always use the same rule. It's an old Nielsen square blade. Bit of lubrication. I don't have to shout now because you're down here, aren't you? So this is my sharpening station. Right next to the bench, so there's no messing about. Light on and get it. Always repeat yourself the same distance. So I'm just going to give it. So the point behind using the ruler just to raise up the back of the blade a little bit is so that you're not constantly having to flatten the whole of the back of the blade. Just a very small region at the front. So yeah. Richard Maguire, the English woodworker, has just done a good video on sharpening. His philosophy, he's back. Great to see him back. Quick inspection. I can still see a bit of the... Just dry this off. I can still see a very shiny bit where I did this the last time. You can just do a maintenance sharp and just give it a quick whiz and away you go. But while I'm at it, I thought I'd show you the whole routine. Very nearly there. We got a burr yet? No. Seems like a bit of a faff. But what I find with these Marples blades, steel is so good. Once you do one good sharpening, it lasts a lot longer. Hold the edge amazingly well. So get a good edge first. You can get a bit impatient and push the blade further along, which increases the angle just to get there quicker, but there's not much point in that. Just be patient. I'll get there. Oh yeah, bugger. Yeah. Very nearly there. Can we do about this? Always experimenting. Let's try that. This new mic, you're just going to have me bloody heavy breathing now, ain't you? Oh, yes. Got a bit of a burr on that end, but not on this end. Let's just keep going. Which end was the burr on? There, so I could put a bit more pressure on the back. Yeah, that's the one. So that's what we're aiming for. You see in the light. Just a thin piece of the blade at the end. And then we just go through the grits again, just to glass that out, to get it shiny. Flip it round so you got the same angle again. Good workout. Yeah, let's get in there, and then I'll just skip it back onto the least coarse stone. front, along the this side. You can tell when you're taking the steel off because the liquid on the stone starts going grey. Give this a quick strop. There you go. So nice and shiny on the back now. And you can feel, I can feel the burr all the way along. I don't want to break it off manually. That's you done. I'm all freehand now. It took a while to get the hang of it. Richard Maguire's video is very good on this. Just gives you the confidence. I always felt I'd get the angle too high, but if you just keep it low and just keep going until you feel the burr on the back, then you're fine. So good grip. Start quite low, work your way up, and you can feel it bite a little bit, then you stop there or back it off or back down a bit. Bring it up. So you should feel that burr on the, can't feel the burr yet, so we're not really there yet. Because this is a 4-plane, I like to give it not exactly a camber, but take off the corners quite aggressively. So just rounding them off, because it's kind of a fine scrub plane. So you don't want to, you want it to kind of take out shallow scoops. So what I'm going to do is just lean left and right a couple of pushes and pulls. You can feel it biting then. And again. So yeah, the burr's on the back. And then start low, bring it back up just till you feel that slightly digging in. Back down again, back up. Rock and roll. So with honing each grit, you're taking out the grit, the grooves from the previous grit. So you get used to what they should look like. Now we're down to the last grit. Down and again, down and up again. Rock and roll. So you don't want to break the burr off the back. Be gentle. Yeah. Woohoo! So I can see tiny little bits of burr there, just ready to come off now with the. Paul Sellers says do 60. Look at that. Do 30-ish. When you're stropping, you can tell it's cutting because the blade heats up. And just rock and roll again a little bit for those edges. to hide this. Razor sharp now. Should we do the trick? There we go. You can shave yourself with that. Right, so there we go then. Always clear off your stones after. Dry them down. You don't want to accumulate loads of rust. Quick reassembly. So again, don't lose the screw, it'll vanish. So put it back in. Because it's a 4-plane, you don't want it too close to the tip. So the edges that I've rounded off, I'll just put it just under them, the bottom of the rounded off edges. This is beech I'm doing at the moment, and it's behaved quite well actually. You can see about that much I've left on. Glinting steel. I always put the blade on with the plane on a flat surface. Remember the screw is at the back. Cap iron on. Wiggle it just a bit. Some people ask about the pressure you should use. You should have a bit of a thunk to it, a bit of a clunk as it goes in, like that. Not too hard. You don't want to be having to force it and bloody hammering it on. And not too light either, because if it hits a knot, or if you, what am I doing? I'll get the hang of this in a couple of years. There you go. Should be able to see me again now. I'm back. Where was I? Oh yeah, pressure on the cap iron. One thing you want to be able to do is when you're working is to be able to, as you're planing, just keep turning it with this finger, just to either back off the blade or let it out. So if you have the cap iron too tight, it ain't going to move. You're going to have to stop and go. So medium pressure. And the one last thing you can do is just give it a bit of a drink. Look after your tools and they'll look after you. Right, so in terms of sizing, it's come out a long way. Let's back that off. I'm going to back it all down until there's nothing showing. And then as you're bringing it up, some bit of it will poke out. So adjust it till you get rid of it. A bit more will poke out. And you can just adjust it until you're happy. This don't mean nothing to you because your car sees, but no matter. Get the hang of it. Beautiful, there we go. I better get on with the flattening the side of this slab then. Right then, try for now.